Let's cover some more AutoLISP fundamentals and cover our if function, aka if statements. This is, this is programming 101. So in AutoLISP, when we run our if function, the very first parameter that gets passed is the expression to be evaluated for T or nil, aka true or false in traditional programming. If you haven't seen my video on Booleans, go ahead and go look at that video if you don't understand T or nil. So after this expression gets evaluated for T or nil, we only have two more parameters to pass into our if statement. And the second one is optional. So we don't have to pass 1 and 2. We can just pass one more expression. The first expression after our predicate gets evaluated here is the true statement. So if this returns T, aka anything but nil, this first expression is going to get ran. Otherwise, if it's nil, aka false, this second expression is going to get ran. But what that means is we don't actually have to pass a second, we don't have to pass a false statement in here if we don't ever want to run something on false. This is our minimum requirements. We just have to have our expression and a true statement to run if we want. A lot of times you'll see it clarified with a comment by someone commenting else, just so we know where the else statement begins. So let's test this, and we should see an output of a true string here, and we do. We see that true string is our output. Bearing in mind that T is anything but nil, if we pass a value of 1, which is not a nil value, we will still get a true result. So let's pass that in and confirm, and we do. We get a true result. To that same likeness, it doesn't have to be, as long as it's not nil, it's going to evaluate to true. So we're going to pass a whole list in, and we're still going to get that true value returned. So bearing that in mind, well, what do we do if we want to run more than one expression? Well, if we evaluate to true, but we want to do two separate things, remember this first one is always our true statement, and this second one is always our false statement. So we can't actually do this. This is just going to return a value of 3 because it's not going to run this second statement even though it's true. So we get a 3 return here. So we have to add this progan function, which runs multiple statements, and now we'll get our expected output of 5 when we run this, and we do. We get 5. Always check your documentation. I'll link that in the description.